All right, let's go. Welcome to eCom Raw Reality, episode 45, where we talk all things e-commerce, Facebook ads, email marketing. And in this one, first of all, happy Easter if you celebrate it. And this is exactly what we'll chat about. So, since it's Easter, for anyone who does marketing, this is basically another opportunity for you to just be in front of your ideal customers or your actual customers, right? Either people who might become your customers and at the same time also people who are your customers. And what we're talking about here is email, because sometimes, especially in e-commerce, you get people's email just because they want a discount. So you get their email and they never buy. And those are those people that are waiting for a good moment for them to buy from your brand. And then you also have the purchasers, right? You need their email because otherwise you couldn't send them updates and so on. So you have two groups of people, and even there you have like VIP customers or just one-time customers or repeat customers. And during this time, so except the fact that it's Easter, right? And I think all of us somehow probably see it or celebrate it. Let me actually show you. So I've actually received some gifts for Easter from my family because it does seem like I have a creative family here. I haven't given anything, so I'm less creative during this time. But that's also because, as you can see, I'm more so involved with work and everything, so I'm doing a really bad job at being a son or like a friend. But different times, different priorities. And during this time, you can, if you have an offer, or even if you don't have an offer, you can actually just bring it up. Mention that it's Easter, and of course, if someone celebrates it, you can say Happy Easter, and you can even say that, right? Because maybe not everyone celebrates it. Some people don't even care about it, right? Like me, for example, I don't really celebrate it because I already do other things. I already have other things in my calendar, but I do enjoy it. I also spend some additional time with family because we just gather around and so on. So there is something to it. Just like with, let's say, Valentine's. It's not like that should be the only time when you actually care about your significant other. But that's another moment where there is that expectation and you actually receive an opportunity to actually do something. That's why there are so many Valentine's offers, gifts, limited editions, whatever during that time, right? And it's the same with Easter, especially if you are in ecom. You know that whenever you get an opportunity to sell something, you should actually do it. You should actually build some goodwill. And even sending a message is helpful. It doesn't have to be some kind of offer. It doesn't have to be a limited promotion and so on. But at the same time, there are some brands where we had some limited promotions, meaning that we had a link and that was the only link that you could click to actually get to that page where you had a specific offer, right? And it's not like you're trying to actually like sell all the time, but it's really important just to be out there, to be in someone's inbox Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It doesn't matter if someone buys or not, right? Just the fact that they see you and the fact that you're not spammy, ideally, right? Because, for example, during Easter, you don't have to be spammy. You just have to be kind if you want and send a nice message mentioning, all right, if you actually celebrate Christmas, not Christmas, my bad, already thinking about Christmas. If you celebrate Easter, then Happy Easter. If you don't celebrate it, then here the team at XYZ brand is wishing you all the best, and like you can even introduce some humor if you want. And of course, also introduce your product, because why not? Mention basically as an afterthought, if you want to be more relaxed, here, buy our product. Or if you want our product that is resistant, that is giving you, I don't know, calm, whatever it does, because every product does something, then you can actually mention that. And that's pretty much it in terms of like what you have to do during these times. Of course, when it comes to spending time with family, with friends, maybe sending them messages during this time, that's a whole other thing, right? But we don't discuss about like relationships with like your friends right now. We're talking about e-commerce, about emails specifically. You could also do SMS, but there's a higher cost to SMS, right? If an email costs you 0.001 cents, then with email it's like 0.1 cents, right? Just giving some examples here. And if you don't make money with SMS, it will become expensive and basically a loss. While with email, you have so many emails that you can send during a month that if you send this one or not, you will probably pay the same bill to Klaviyo or whatever provider you have, right? So that's the way to think about it here. It's just another opportunity to be out there, to be in people's inboxes. You can even do tomorrow if it's like Holy Monday or whatever, because in many countries it's also basically a day when you're free from work and so on. Not everywhere, not all companies, but in some places it is, especially if it's more of a Orthodox country, for example. But the main thing that I want to focus on this video is that whenever you have an opportunity, whenever you have a reason to do something, then ideally you don't squander that opportunity. Meaning that why should you miss one opportunity that's right in front of you and that you know actually gives you another chance to be out there? Because especially if you make a game plan for the entire year, right? Why would you not post every day, for example, if you could, right? Because if there's no downside, if you have time, if the required resources aren't that high and they are actually fairly low, then ideally you just get more shots at the goal, right? And I'm not sure why I use this. It's probably just like if you think of a baseball, you would try to hit the ball. But of course, if you think of football, soccer, then it's all about actually taking shots. Because if you don't take any shot, there's a very, very low likelihood of actually scoring. If you don't take action, how can you actually move forward? How can you actually win? Just like with a car. If it's not going anywhere, right? Like if it's not in motion, if it's at 0 kilometers miles per hour, it just won't make any progress. So this is where we can use logic and make sure that we are out there, because that's what marketing is about. It's about being out there. Of course, it's about being out there in an authentic way or in a way that's effective for your brand, for your style, and so on. But especially during these times when people are actually more relaxed, this is actually a very good time to speak with them, to be in front of them. And let's not forget about the associations that we make. For example, during Easter, right, if you celebrate it, who are you actually close to? You're actually close to your friends, to your family, to the best people in your life. You are closest to the people you feel comfortable around. Ideally, that's what you do, right? Because if you're an adult, why would you not? Like, why would you spend time with people that you don't enjoy spending time with? Doesn't make sense. So this is where we create associations, and you as a brand, if you're in the inbox during this time, you also make that association by actually not being salesy necessarily, but offering something. Just some nice words in an email are enough, but also offering some kind of special limited offer, since let's be honest, everyone wants a deal. For example, at one point I was selling info in my native language, and I always had some kind of offer during, let's say, Black Friday, during Christmas, during Easter. And I actually remember I had some people who signed up exactly during this time because there was an offer, there was a reason to buy, and I was there. Because it's not like I wasn't selling that thing at other times. I was selling it every day, any day of the week, 24/7. But when I was actually mentioning the offer and even discounting it to some extent, right, then that's when most people were actually taking action. So that's, I would say, the main thought for today. If it helped in any way, you can leave a like. If you have anything you want to share, you can actually leave it in the comments down below. And if you haven't watched any of the latest videos, you can actually do so. And if you actually watch this later on, because right now, for example, when I'm filming this, not so many people watch it, but who knows, later someone might actually go back and skim through them or listen to all of them. So you can listen to some others if you haven't. And basically the conclusion here is take action. Whenever you have an opportunity, whenever you have a reason, don't procrastinate, because our time is limited here and everyone's time is limited. So better to take action as often as possible. So that's pretty much it. And until next time, peace out.